4 hours ago, man, when Gyökeres was unveiled. What, even though I was a fan of Sesko ain't got motion like this. No one ain't doing this for Sesko. Maybe the Twitter nerds, but no one ain't. Sesko ain't doing this. Eze, come to the Emirates. With the greatest of respect to every fan around the world that has traveled to Singapore and the Singapore-based fans. If Gyökeres is getting that in Singapore, Eze, as a London lad, as a former Arsenal man, what the hell do you think is going to be the case if you come to London? And it'd be poetic because isn't he a South London boy moving to North London? If you know, you know. So yeah, man, big him up. And yeah, I have to keep speaking about that. His Hermes belt is real, man. As Hand of Arsenal said. But apparently, sporting expert now tells Arsenal fans what to expect from Gyökeres. Best I've ever seen. Gas us, gas us, gas us. What is this? What is this? Oh, this is Rio Ferdinand. I don't care what Rio Ferdinand has had to say. Sporting expert Sam Fonseca has said why Arsenal fans should be excited. Come on, where's the quotations? Gyökeres didn't just live Sporting, he became a phenomenon across Portugal. Even Benfica Academy players were copying his celebration when they scored, and that celebration even made its way to the Olympics and international TV. That's great, but you're not going to say something else. Gyökeres was also key in back-to-back league titles and attacker de Portugal, something Sporting hasn't achieved in 70 years. Probably a great moment when you look back in his own career, innit? He's excellent at holding the ball up, using his strength to shield defenders and set up teammates at Sporting. His presence helped players like Trincao and Cartamo and Daniel Braganza have their best goal scoring season. So it's not quite a Giroud thing, but it's a Giroud thing I'm getting from there. In Arsenal set up with Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli and Havertz, who love quick 1-2 passing, he could be perfect. The perfect link to keep attacks flowing. Gyökeres is also a monster on the ball. Yeah, he is. He can run at defenders with both pace and power, even against tough oppositions like Otamendi and Antonio Silva, Pepe of Porto, Leo, Atalanta, and even Manchester City. In transitions with Saka and Martinelli breaking wide, he can either finish the move or carry the attack himself. Would love to see you finish the move. Arteta's press is structured and needs a striker who knows when to lead it. I mean, you got Odegaard behind you governing. Gyökeres is relentless. He presses with intelligence and energy from the first second to the 90th minute. Arsenal have at times struggled to turn their dominance into goals, especially in tight games, as Gabriel Jesus or Havertz aren't natural finishers. Gyökeres could be the answer, a striker who combines smart link-up play with raw strength and deadly finishing, and we sure as well hope it is. William Saliba has allegedly said, let's see on a new contract. Saliba says he will hopefully follow his centre-back partner, Gabriel, in signing a new long-term contract at Arsenal. I don't want to get excited until it's done, but come on, man, Saliba. He's got 2 years left on his deal. Just sign, man. What has he said? Every year is different. We have to learn from the last 3 seasons, of course. We are lucky to have a chance to compete in the Premier League again and try to win. Our mindset is to win the Premier League. We'll give everything from the first game. We have a lot of new players, and they will hopefully help us to win the league. Come on. On Gyökeres, we know how good he is, how it's scary to play against him. Yeah, he gave you a tough time. Well, not a tough time, but a tough action when we quite frankly battered Sporting. When you face a striker who scores goals, you have to be focused. But now he's in our team. He will score for us, so that's good. Come on. Of course, I'm so happy to have him in my club, and I'm sure that he'll help us to win games. He also bigged up the young players. They're unbelievable. They're young. We mustn't put pressure on them. But to play the way they play at 15, I remember when I was 15, I was not playing with the first team. I was with the under-17, so it's good. We have to protect them, give them support. But, of course, they're really good players, and I hope they will help us as soon as possible. I think we do. We will be doing a watch-along for the North London Derby, people, which is on a Thursday, which is on the 31st of July, people. So, yeah, with that regards, Saliba has warned Arsenal's Premier League rivals about Viktor Gyokeres. Is this anything new? Okay, our mindset is to win the Premier League. We'll give everything from the first game. We have a lot of new players that hopefully help us win it. Amen. Yeah, hopefully, of course. There is nothing new, but there's a good conversation with my agent and the club. Let's see. So, yeah, the rumours with him to Madrid are not going anywhere anytime soon. So, yeah, Saliba ain't really said nothing much apart from that. Mikel Arteta did say Calafiori felt a little tweak, but don't know how serious it is. That scares me. Hand of Arsenal has said the contract renewal list Andrea had when he walked in was obscene. When he wraps up Saka and Saliba, he needs to be commended properly for it. No matter how difficult agents can be, he has a creative solution to counteract it. Andrea Berta's Hermes belt is real. Come on, can't take man for no Edu or Vinay. You think if we activate release clauses, we're not going to get them? And you know what's funny? Only a few weeks ago, people were like, oh my God, I thought things were meant to change, but it's not changed anything. Arsenal. Again, completely irrelevant, but relevant because of his history. Granit Xhaka has obviously, signed for Sunderland. There was rumours over the weekend about Gabriel Jesus departing. Apparently, no talks, if you believe Fabrizio Romano, are ongoing between Flamengo and Arsenal for Jesus at this stage, despite reports. Newcastle and Tottenham have added Gabriel Jesus to their striker shortlist. Yeah, he's going to go sign for Spurs. Newcastle, if you want him, boy, you made our lives difficult. You can have him for the simple, but just a small fee. 700 million. He's also wanted by AC Milan and Inter Milan. I mean, a Brazilian attacker, you must have grew up watching R9. He played for those two clubs. But if you're AC and Inter, you're probably only going to get him if he does rip up his contract, or you're going to try and get him on loan with an option to buy and maybe undertake some of his wages. Newcastle, I kind of doubt that. It's just because, it seems like their striker pursuit looks a bit mad, and Isak's going. I think this is a bit of creative journalism, but fair play. He has been linked with Spurs. I mean, you would stay in London, but it's just not going to happen, is it? Let's see what Arteta has said in relation to, post. Forgot who played now. Newcastle, ironically. On Gyökeres. Yeah, we do have plans. We have a lot of options. We are increasing the quality of the squad and the depth of the squad with all the signings that we've done. We are super happy to have Viktor with us. It's been a long journey to get him over here. You could tell us again. Berta could tell us that. He's been incredible. He was very clear from the beginning he wanted to play. Certain man was scared that they couldn't eclipse Kai Havertz. And how passionate I felt from him from day one when we first spoke. You could see the boys. You could see the environment as well. Very excited with his arrival. Again, Sesko is not getting the ovation that Gyökeres got. You think Lewis Kelly's doing all of this? Here we go on his phone for Sesko. Like, fam. And this is from someone that loves Sesko. We got Gyökeres. It's time to go back to basics. We got a gunman. Let him shoot up the place. It's as simple as that. On the interest from the club on Viktor. Yeah, well, we can't talk about how the process works, but it's a decision that we take between all of us, especially with the ownership, then the board, then Andrea and the scouting department, and also myself. We were very clear on the talent that we identified this window, but actually to deliver it is something very, very different. And I think the club has done incredibly well. Andrea and his team, they've been absolutely fantastic. So, so early in the window, we already have the reinforcements that we wanted. On whether he'll be training tomorrow and playing against Spurs. Well, I think he hasn't had a single training session with the team since the last game with Sporting when they became champions. Flipping hell. So he's going to have to quickly get up to speed. Are you going to start against Man United first game of the season? There's a couple of weeks. There's a couple of games. There's at least 3 games. Hopefully, he gets some minutes on Thursday. I don't know. So we'll assess him tomorrow. He's done all the medicals. Everything is looking good. But to get him up to speed with the right levels of fitness, and he's also got to get up to speed with what Arteta wants from him tactically and individually and collectively for the team, I don't know. I think it's very important. So we're not going to stop him. We want him with us as quickly as possible, but we'll have to assess, and the medical team will do that, on the impact at the club that Gyökeres could have. Well, I hope so. We have a few of them as well in this window that we want to create as well. You know, that excitement internally, that competition and those resources internally and externally. We want our supporters as excited as possible. Really believe in what the team can deliver. Creating at the Emirates that special atmosphere, and all that is going to be very super important for us to be successful. On whether he's looking at more depth, let's see. The market is still going on. We'll have to balance that out with the squad as well. I think we'll be open to see what happens. On young Dauman, it is special. Obviously, what he's done today against this team in the time that he had on the pitch, what a 30 minutes. Probably the only underlining positive of the game. It's something certainly not common to witness for a 15-year-old. We are extremely happy to have him. I think, again, in the environment that he's around, in his family, the people at the club and around the academy as well, super helpful because they put him into this position so early in his journey, having a real chance and a real presence whenever he plays for the team. On Mosquera, who probably in a similar situation to Gyökeres, because he needs to start to pick up the feelings again. He played the under-21 Euros, then he didn't really train with Valencia. A bit different then, because like Wanyeri did participate in more football during the break. Not really Madueke. He played here and there in the Club World Cup with Valencia. Then that signing period was extended a little bit, and the conditions here are really tough. There's a lot of information for him, a lot of physical demands that we put in. So we're going to have to manage him slowly. On Calafiori, he said it's a little tweak. I don't know how big it is, but hopefully not. On Zubamendi, very good. I think the demands that Newcastle put on you, especially in midfield, with the kind of plays and profiles he had, I think he coped with it, with the intensity, with the physicality. He's so smart. He's one step ahead constantly. He can read situations. He can execute at higher speed, whether he has space or not. That's not a common thing to have in a player, especially when you're a midfield player. On the physicality of the game, I think it's not a friendly. I think they're a test. And you said that again, man. You know, bust young Max Dowman's lip as well, really. I think you have to take it as an opportunity as well to raise the competition level. There are things that physically, obviously, we want to achieve, but there are things in terms of how we compete, how we understand the position, and that willingness to win regardless of what we're playing for. And I love the mentality of the team in that sense. On Gyökeres from the penalty spot, well, I'm sure he will step in if they allow him to do so, because as you say, he's been very consistent. He scored so many goals, but we have some other penalty takers, really good ones as well. So they will resolve it themselves. And if not, I'll intervene in the right moment. Again, Madueke, don't get any ideas what you're doing at your other club. You know, it is what it is. Our Capitano has said two things. It was a tough one. It was really tough physically to play in the heat and against a strong side, a physically strong side. It was a good challenge, but we got there in the end and we got the win. 2 out of 2 now, so I'm happy. In the first half, we played some really good football. They scored on probably the only chance they had. After that, we played good football. We controlled the game. The second half was a bit too open, but we managed to get the win. Some really good performances. Max coming on, making a difference. There are a lot of positives to take with us. It feels good. I feel like we're getting better and better, stronger and stronger. As you say, new players coming in and added something new to the team, to the group. It's looking good, and we still have some time to get ready and to get better. I think we're in a good way, and we just have to keep going. It's been amazing. I've been surprised with how much support and love we get out here. It's been a long way from London. And to feel that love and support here, it shows how big this club is and how special it is to be part of this football club. It's been an amazing and great experience, people. I mean, that's for me to read with Gyökeres. Once again, Max Dowman was the most fouled player in the Arsenal team against Newcastle. 15 years of age, and all that happened within 30 minutes. Amazing. My understanding, courtesy of Hand of Arsenal, is that there's been informal dialogue between Arsenal and Palace for the transfer of Eze very, very recently. The player is clear. Arsenal is my dream choice. His camp feel optimistic as things stand. Some sources have suggested the release clause is technical and it requires it to be paid in a set time frame, in brackets 2 years. But these things are so confidential that one can't be entirely sure. Clubs prefer interested parties to approach the selling club directly to discuss these things with honor and dignity to find an agreement, as opposed to unsettling the player. Eze loves Palace and will want it all handled properly as it has been. The Morgan Gibbs White case needs to be studied in this regard. There's a long way to go for this file to reveal itself properly. It's important to follow it step by step, but things seem positive as of today. There are some fantastic journalists reporting on it currently. Support them. Health permitting, I will try my best to give updates as and when. You know, hope everybody's in good health and extend that to my man. Again, we've seen rumors that kind of quash this, but Burr's exploring a sale of Jesus. Clubs in Europe and Brazil have inquired, but it don't seem like we're going anywhere with that. Fulham are in advanced talks to re-sign Reece Nelson. Discussions center on either a loan with an option to buy, which would include a significant fee, or a permanent transfer. It's got to be an obligation. Arsenal don't want to hear offers for Saliba. Not even 100 million euros bid would change their stance. Arsenal are aware his contract ends in 2027. It'd be quite crazy if a multi-million, billion-pound company didn't know the status of one of their players, let alone one of their star players, when their literally contract of employment's up. There'd be something wrong there, isn't it? Apparently, Arsenal are no longer in the race for Rodrigo, says Sport, with Real Madrid set to demand at least 85 million for the forward. Hopefully, we get some sales. Now, I don't know if this Indy Kyler guy is correct. I must admit, I thought he was one of them trolls and them idiots on Twitter. But I did see him talk about Isaac to Liverpool, and it seemed like he was one of the first to kind of catch wind of that. So, benefit of the doubt. Apparently, Arsenal's officially put the pressure on Crystal Palace. They've met up and laid it all out on the table, giving Crystal Palace the ultimate decision to make. Arsenal are ready to pay in 3 installments for that release clause, but they've made it clear if Palace doesn't accept, they'll just move on to other targets. And speaking of targets, Arsenal have their eyes on Rafael Leão from AC Milan. Do we believe that? Do we not? People close to Eze are still confident he'll be an Arsenal player this summer. The players can't believe Arsenal want to focus on outgoings first before going all in on him. Arsenal apparently are now ready to submit a bid as they push to sign Eze. And naturally, let's be honest, this is the only one that, like, the Gyökeres pursuit's done, in it. So the media outlets, they're just going to keep pushing this Eze one, even though we all want it, if it's not around outgoings. Eze payment plan emerges. Let's see if this says anything different. Arsenal summer spending surpassed the 200 million mark at the weekend when they completed Gyökeres' deal. So at the 200 mark, can't spend a little 260 odd. Where's the info? According to 40 transfers, Arsenal are in negotiations with Palace over a deal for Eze, whose contract includes a 68 million release clause. That would see Arteta's side pay an initial 30 million for the England international, with talks ongoing about how the rest of the deal would be structured. The report claims Palace want the remaining 38 million to be paid in full within 2 years, while Eze himself, apparently, allegedly, has already agreed personal terms with Arsenal, which is music to my ears. I did cover this yesterday, where apparently following talks with Mikel Arteta, Leandro Trossard and Zinchenko are set to remain. Both are set to remain. Despite interest and speculation around their futures, sources close to the club have told us that Mikel Arteta wants both Trossard and Zinchenko to stay at the club this summer. So we letting them run down their deals? Is that what Kroenke wants? Is that what Berta wants? Because maybe, yeah, from a sporting perspective, that makes sense. But from a financial perspective, does it make sense to free up the wages and bring some money in? Because Gabriel Jesus ain't bringing nothing in, especially if you rip up his deal. Tomiyasu didn't bring anything in. No one's expecting fireworks with Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson, Lokonga. The list goes on, people. We don't know. But they're set to stay. Trossard has been engaged in contract discussions with Arsenal since the turn of the year. The Belgian forward was initially offered an extension on his current terms, but without a pay increase, something that caused a temporary stall in negotiations. And 1 minute it's that, then it's a move to Saudi, then it's a move to Crystal Palace, then it's a move to Turkey. No one knows. However, talks have since resumed, and according to football transfer sources, a compromise is close to being finalized. He's said to be settled in London and motivated ahead of the new campaign, where he's expected to play a key role in Mikel Arteta's side's push for silverware across all comps. Arteta talked Zinchenko into staying. Apparently, Zinchenko had asked the club for permission to explore potential moves away from the Emirates earlier this summer. Just sounds like when you're going to leave a job and you say, pardon me, you can't sack me because I quit. Zinni, I don't think he had a choice. That led Arsenal to begin scouring the market for left-back reinforcements, including making contact with Ajax over Hato. Now, did Hato prove too expensive? Well, what else we're trying to do? You know, did we want to go for a left back? Now, did we try and get Hato and he picked Chelsea? So now, Zinni, you need to stay because we're not really convinced. I don't know, people. Ultimately, apparently, a series of conversations with Arteta, who has a long-standing relationship with Zinchenko from his days at City, proved decisive. Apparently, is now recommitted to Arsenal's project, and like Trossard, is fully focused on the season ahead, barring any change of heart from both players. So, what do we make of that? Because I'm sure probably the majority of you, you're more open to moving on Mr. Zinchenko. And where Eze is concerned, remember early in the window, we was linked with Bilal Al-Khanous, who I do like. Crystal Palace have been linked with him as a potential addition and a replacement for Eze. So maybe they're getting a move on in that regard. It doesn't appear that there's anything there. I mean, don't know what this is, but there you have it. Gyökeres makes one key request to Martin Odegaard. What has he said here? Odegaard said, if there's anything you need or anywhere I can help, just give me a shout. To which he replied, some assist, please, would be nice. Looking forward to working together and sharing success in the season ahead. All the best, Martin Odegaard. Boy, my blonde hair, blue eyes demons are going to do madness. You know what? Who said Odegaard might break the assist record? I don't know. Getting Jesus out the door would be all right. Arteta out if keeping his mate Zinchenko costs us big time. Damn. They have class, sub and likes. DG, too much of a celeb to read members' comments. What are you talking about? I read members' comments. What do you want me to read? What was on screen or read this? I can't do two things. Like my eyes can't just. Yeah, allow me. Arrived in London, 1974 at Finsbury Park. Thank fuck it was it Seven Sisters. Hey. Not the football. Like, let's remove football, but hey, Team Seven Sisters over Finsbury Park. Hey, forget where the football teams are, because if football, yeah, Finsbury Park. But hey, Paul, hey. Don't diss us, man. Sesko and Ramsdale to Newcastle is a possibility. Right, you got a striker that's not scoring goals, and you got a goalie you can't concentrate. What could possibly go wrong? Boy, is Dalman the best 15-year-old since Messi? Listen, ask people who know about that in there. I'm not involved. I just think he's a very good player with a very bright future. Do what needs to be done, man. But I think it's a bit crazy arguing about 15-year-olds, and anyone that can, list several 15-year-olds, boy, something's a bit spooky over them sides, unless you're a coach or something, naturally. Do you think it's possible to get both Eze and Leão with the right players being sold? Yeah, I do, but I don't think we're going to do it. I do think there's the financial capacity, but I don't think we're going to do it. Why? I don't know. And said in this universe is DG didn't run the search. I'll go tell Hooks. What happened? Some of these man can't scout. What search? I know Real wouldn't want to sell, but the player I would want to steal from Madrid is Endrick. Thoughts on Michael Wood? Boy, what is there to say? Thoughts are with any alleged victims, and it's a scumbag thing. What are you doing? What are you dealing with? You don't always get what you're worth. You get what you negotiate. That's why he's worth 50 mil. Amen, Karma. Bentner never looked like prime Benz. I can't lie, man. I hate the fact Bentner played for Arsenal, man, because this is when I think that was the start of the dickhead Arsenal fans, man. Like, oh my God, Lord Bentner. Like, we used to pretend he was good. Fucking shit. How many times did we play in Champions? How many times did we play in tough games and he's saving shots off the line? He was dead, man. DG ready to beef the chat. Sometimes have a sip of Henny and Karma. No, I just speak with passion, man. It's just how the man them chat. I ain't trying to beef you lot. That's not fair. Be nice, man. Be nice. Oh, sorry. Jesus has got a lot of suitors like Palmeiras, Flamengo, Brighton, and rumors of Newcastle. This is the best chance to sell him. I hear it. But as you know, it's all fun and games, yeah, being linked and these teams being interested. Is that going to correlate to, to offers? Because I'm sure everybody's calling, everyone's having, oh yeah, what is Jesus available? I'm going to shout you, I'm going to call you back. How many people are actually offering, and what are they offering? Are they trying to take him off the books? Are they trying to take him on loan with an option or an obligation? Does he want to go? There's so many variables. You're moving mad. Yo, I got a new job in data analytics in the Bundesliga. Big up yourself. Best of luck, man. Hope you make progress in that regards. Well, first team to watch Arsenal, £3 North Bank. Fair play. But less said that. DJ is getting violated. Relax. Oi, relax. Eze would be an amazing signing for sure. Gyökeres mentality about to terrorize the Prem. I think Zinny staying is more important than Trossard just because we don't have no natural left back. Well, Zinny's not that. And can't rely on Calafiori staying fit. But hey, you need Timber to stay fit because you might have to do some shifts out there. Reality of the situation. This is why, you see, you lot are not getting on to me now when I'm saying, oh, I need a left back. You're like, no, we don't need a left back. To be fair, boy said we needed one as well. Oh, you don't need a left back, man. What are you talking about? Madueke himself as a depth option isn't bad, actually. It's just bailing out Chelsea again. That's irritating, but effort, we move. And that's it, we move. We move, man. It is what it is. But if we're living or dying by this caliber of player, Mikel, you made your bed. You're for lying it, dog. Kind of off topic, but Gyökeres is now in the FPL. Are you putting him in your team? I did want to go Gabriel Magalhaes, Bukayo Saka, and Gyökeres, and a part of me wants to. But then I have to hedge my bets because you're kind of living or dying in this FPL thing. Like if Arsenal win or score goals or not, you kind of want to spread things out. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Maybe when it starts, yeah, but Haaland's there, Isaac's there, I just know I know for sure I'm gonna have Saka, Salah. Gotta find money for Cole Palmer as well. Like I need all the scum. My thing is just get all the goal scoring machines and then just the fullbacks who are gonna get assists. Kirkes, you know what? But then it's gonna get too Liverpool-y. I'm MLS Saka G14. I hear it. Eze will be a better buy unless we wanted another left winger included. Gyökeres scored 8 past Tottenham and United. I hope so, but dreaming. Arsenal may need to cut their losses with Calla next year if he gets injured often. It's looking like such, man. It's looking like such. It really is looking like such. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that we're going to have to do, man. And we're only in July. But we did want players in before pre-season. We got them during. Just make it work now, man. Make it work, people. But on that, I'm conscious of time. I want to let you lot miss me for a sec, people, if I'm honest with you. We are back online at 4 p.m. I'm going to have SB, Catch, and Hooks. And we're going to go over... Well, I'm going to ask their thoughts on Dowman, on this and that. It's a chance for me to shut up, have a bit of a laugh, and hear their thoughts. So I'd love for you lot to join us. For you lot that are here right now, it's always a pleasure, man. We have a bit of a back and forth. We have a laugh. We have a joke. I appreciate you lot. Most importantly, you lot, make sure you look after yourselves. Make sure you look after your loved ones. Make sure you count your blessings. And we'll link up again soon, man. The transfer part of this, I'll clip it up. So, yeah, man. And I did release a video earlier today. So check that out if you're missing the guy before we go live at 4 p.m. But, yeah, man, big up yourselves. One love. Arteta, I heard we need a left back. Zinchenko might be able to have a good first touch. Certain fullbacks don't need one.
Best right back, Charlie, definitely.
Still on the floor.